Hi, my name is Aditya Sharma. I am currently software engineer in data at Akamai Technologies. Talking about my placement experience, through the on-campus placement season, like when the companies were visiting our colleges and providing the placement opportunity to students on campus. So that was a bit rough for me at that time because of some reasons like not able to crack the aptitude part or not able to crack the basically some interviews on mostly related to aptitude only because I was good at coding at that time. So for the on-campus things, I was not able to crack a great number of offers at that time. I was having one offer for on-campus placement that was ZS Associates for the testing role. Apart from that, from there my journey begins for off-campus placement. So what I did was, like generally what people tend to do is like if they don't get an offer on campus from on-campus placements, they think that they'll be not able to crack some off-campus opportunities also. So what I did there was I applied to like 50 plus opportunities. Now how can I get the details of these 50 plus opportunity? So there are things like LinkedIn basically is a very helpful platform there. So people post like this is the job opening there, this is the job opening there, and here or there, something like that. So I just applied, whether there be a result of a rejection or there can be some results like no response from the recruiter, but I just applied for each and every job posting that I found. For like continuously for 2 months I was doing the same thing, applying each and every day. I wake up, I search on LinkedIn, I scroll a lot of platforms like LinkedIn, Smart Recruiter, Dare to Compete, Hacker Earth. All these platform I was just searching like about different opportunities and I just applied to them. So first breakthrough I got was like there was a hiring from Infosys Power Programmer role, which is an off-campus opportunity. So from there, the morale boosted for me because, as you know, Infosys Power Programmer is like a tough test considered by most of us because they just ask question which is like on par with any other companies out there. So at that time, getting a call from Infosys, ki like, okay, you are selected for the interviews after clearing your coding test. In interview also they asked me some, means till now the toughest question like DP based and all this stuff. So after clearing that, it gave me a confidence boost that okay, now I can prove myself in off campus parameters also. So I started with applying to different companies out there. Like I started with applying to some startups, I started to applying with some hackathons out there. So there is a hackathon which is basically conducted every year from the side of Airbus. You have heard about Airbus. So Airbus is basically an aircraft manufacturer company, basically the biggest in the world. So from there, they were conducting a hackathon, which is basically known as Aerothon 4.0. So I participated in that. I cleared their coding round. Then we were assigned to different teams of project development, basically. So we have developed one simple project. After that, I was provided with an interview. So I have cleared that interview, and they provided me an offer for associate system engineer's role in Airbus. So that again boosted my morale. Okay, I can bag more offers. So all these offers that I am talking about are dream, means 10 or 10 LP above offers. Then similarly, some I applied to some startups, some different companies, and back their offers like Alpha Stream AI and other startups. Then after that, Akamai came. Akamai was having off-campus placement round there. So basically, a general hackathon conducted on Hacker Rank. So I participated in that. I cleared that scoring round. I was called for an interview. Among 805 were selected, and I was one of them. So yeah, that was the whole placement journey. How we can apply off campus. So just 2 to 3 tips. Like don't, like it's not a day one day job. Like you'll go on LinkedIn, you'll search for some job openings, you'll apply. It's not a one day job. You need to do this in a repetitive manner. Every day you need to invest your 1 hour for off campus. Just go on LinkedIn, search for different job opportunities. Then what you need to do, again, if you found that okay, so Akamai is hiring, so what you can do, just go to Akamai people section, like just ping your resumes, your contributions into open source or your development you have done in the form of projects or your coding portfolios like CodeChef, Lead Code, etc., and just ask them for a referral. Okay, so how the referral pattern should be, I'll just share you one that also. Key like what people tend to do is like for asking a particular referral thing, just they like, okay, hi, suppose my name is Aditya, they'll ask me, hi Aditya, I want a referral. So this is not the way to ask for a referral. So for a referral you need to frame like, if general sense, I'll just give you a brief. Like generally when you are trying to connect to someone, okay, on LinkedIn, if you are trying to connect, you cannot message someone directly, right? If you don't have some premium account or such stuff, you, if you're trying to connect to someone, then there is a add note option on LinkedIn, right? In that you can add a message on behalf of yourself, but the restriction there is the message should be of 300 character only. So you need to be precise about what you need to write in that, and that is the first impression on the guy which you are sending the LinkedIn request, connection request. So in that you can add your portfolio link, now which will contain all your details about your projects you have done, your coding portfolio website, and then you can in the last aspect, okay, hi, so there is a particular opening, mention the job ID only, don't need to provide the complete entire link. This is the job ID and I need a referral for that. I am a 2022 pass out batch student, that's it, or 2023 or 2024. Okay, if you provide if you try to connect to 10 people, I'm sure that two will be connecting with you and they'll be responding to your queries. Okay, so this is the way, not just like, okay, hi, I need a referral, they'll not bother about it. So this is the way basically. And yeah, it's a repetitive process, you need to check for openings each day. So the thing regarding off campus placement is that, like, see, on campus, I generally give a differentiation between on campus and off campus placement. So in on campus placement, you are fighting with your peers only, like there are some 300 student, you know, like what is their level, because you are studying in the same college, you are fighting with them to get or bag a placement opportunity. But in off campus situation, what happens is there are so many people who are applying for the same job position, who have better skills than, who might have better skills than you, but you need to have some X factor there, right? So you need to be good at a particular skill, like if you're applying for a software developer role anywhere, or even data engineer role, or something like a development send up front. So what they basically ask is your DSA core competency should be there, because they require DSA a hell lot, I would say, for each and every company. It's ranging from startup to top product based MNCs. So your DSA should be very good if you are trying to apply for off campus opportunity. Apart from that, similarly, there are different chances which are provided for your placement in off campus. The chances I'm saying here is like, one chance can be from a hackathon kind of perspective. So if you are participating in a hackathon and then trying to bag a job in a particular company, so at that time your development skills are also very essential, right? Because in a hackathon you will be creating one project, trying to impress the recruiters, trying to present them the project and trying to bag something or trying to bag some recognition there. So your development skill also plays very important role there. Okay, so if you are saying like, just a simple example, you have heard about Flipkart Grid 3.0 competition, 4.0 competition, Airbus Aerothon competition. So all these are hackathon based competition events, which in turn give you placement opportunities, right? So if your idea is selected, if you're in the top finalist or in semi-finalist, then they will see you, okay, this guy is something, and I should take his interview for the particular SD role, a dev role, data engineer role, etc. etc. It depends on your profile also. Like if you're applying for a data engineer role, they'll ask you related to Python related stuff or related to some SQL related stuff. So please read the JD carefully also before applying. So after you apply, you need to be having some practice in that domain also, because they'll ask you regarding that domain questions also. So yeah, so this is the basic scenario. In on campus, they generally treat you as a child or fresher who might not know what industry standards are, who might not know what development means. They just ask you some basic related to operating systems, some basics of core computer networks or DBMS, and on top of that, some basic coding question, not some basic, medium to hard coding level questions or DSA level question, but they don't bother about so much about your development skills in on-campus scenarios. what I felt was like I have given so many interviews and on campus also, they don't bother so much about the development. But off campus opportunity, if they are hiring through, they are hiring you for dev role, especially startup, then they'll look for development kind of roles from you. Okay, you are good in this stack or this development, something like that. Like as I talked about, like in off campus, the basic cutthroat competition in the DSA domain only. Like there are many people who are practicing DSA day by day, day by day, day by day. So you need to improve DSA there. But for dev skills, what I would say is like each and every one of us engineering student build some final year projects, some 6 semester projects. So that is sufficient from what I understood in this whole experience of mine. That is sufficient when you are thorough about what the projects you have made in your final year or in 6 semester projects. You should be very clear about what you have used there, what you have implemented there, and that would be sufficient for it. On top of that, if you want to learn some new tech, don't go like full-fledged ki, okay, in my final sem or in 8 sem I'll learn some this new tech and I'll build some this project and I'll add this on my resume. No, that will not help in that scenario. Whatever you have built earlier, you need to be uh, very much clear about it ki, okay, this component do this type of work. Also what happens is like if a project is done by 5 people, you don't bother about what the other person have did in this project, what was his contribution. You don't try to understand that, but be sure every time that the complete project architecture or the complete project functionality or what the project do in an entire scope, you should be pretty clear about it, because the interview will ask you questions about that also in your interview. So what my understanding was, you need to improve your DSA, and your dev skills will be um, very much helpful if you have done a good if you have a good knowledge, and if you have done a really good contribution in your final sem or 6 sem project of college only, that will be helpful. The very first thing I'll just mention you everyone here is like, if you're going for off campus, don't be choosy. कि, okay, I'll apply for this MNC, I'll apply for this or that. Just apply for everyone out there, because there are pretty less chances that you'll get a call from their side, right? Because there is a so much of cutthroat competition out there. You need to apply for each and every opportunity you get. Apart from that, if you say like what is the difficulty level for startup or for MNCs, or like what people choose. So generally what people tend to choose is like a good product based MNC, because of work life balance, you can say, because of the product architecture structure, or so your experience in a whole level. On the other hand, startup will give you a lot of learning, but also there will be some like too much of hours you need to work there. But I don't think for a fresher it should matter. So the only thing is like there is some particular differences in the hiring of big MNCs, in the hiring of some startup. The startup basically tends to bother about your dev skill, because they don't require a hell lot of DSA. What I understood was like I have given startup interviews also. So in that they don't ask you some tough questions related to DSA. They are just pretty basic DSA questions, some basic array or greedy approaches. But they ask you about, okay, what is the OOPS concept, like how you can design this system, or what are means basically dev related skills they'll ask you. But whereas for MNCs, they'll more focus about DSA, your DSA stuff, your core competencies in your core subjects. Yeah, so this is the difference. And apart from that, don't be choosy in off campus scenario. You need to apply for each and every opportunity you get out there. So the correct way to apply for a referral is, the first point you should keep in mind is like every time you so see, like if there is a opening, okay, some opening is there, and you got to know from some career website or some LinkedIn page or some job freshers opening, some portal or something like that, and you got to know that okay, Google is hiring some software engineer, I need to apply for this position. So you can directly apply on that portal. Okay, you can directly go and apply. But the advantage of getting referral is that referral basically means that someone has referred you for that role. They have trusted you, they have gone through your resume or some kind of that. That's an added advantage on top of your application. So what are the things you need to keep in mind for a referral is like, you so suppose you want to ask referral to a guy or a software engineer who's working in Google. So what you do now in the next step is like you go on LinkedIn, you'll search in the people section, you'll just click on connect and send a connection request to the guy who is working on Google. Okay, working in Google. So this is the first bad thing, or say, or the first mistake, because you have directly sent the connection request. The guy on the other side don't know whether this guy needs an urgent referral, because the job openings might not last for a couple of days. Okay, people applied very fast, and the job openings might be like closed within 8 hours, within 1 day, 2 day, or so. So you need to add a message. Okay, whenever you try to connect to someone, you cannot directly message them, so you need to connect someone, so you need to add a message in that. Okay, there is a purpose for which I am requesting a connection request from you. Okay, so in that message, as I said earlier, there is a connection limit of 300 characters only, so you need to be precise, like what exactly you need from the guy you are requesting a connection. Basically, okay, I need a referral for this particular job ID, and your portfolio profile, you can create one simple portfolio of yours. Portfolio basically means an web page. You can add, you can have your all certification accomplishments added there. You can add those portfolio link. Also, you can share your Google Drive. You can upload your resume to Google Drive, create one shared link, and you can also add the shared link in the added comment section there. So, and also be be very clear that you need to add the job ID also for what you need to apply. So you can mention that please refer me for this particular job ID. So please keep these things in mind, that you need to be very clear and concise at the same time. You don't need to write a whole paragraph ki, okay, blah blah blah, I'm this, I'm this. No, you need to be like, okay, I am this guy, I'm belonging to this college, I'm 2022 CSE pass out, that's it. Apart from that, you need to add your resume link, or you need to add your portfolio link, and after that, hi, I request you to please refer me for the opening, comma, job ID. You can mention that this is the job ID and send a, and or a, hit a send request. Apart from that, what I have observed is like people just ask one guy, and they'll be in a belief that okay, this guy will refer me. So what you need to do, you need to like, if you are, there is an opening in Google, so you need to apply for minimum of 10 people. You need to like connect 10 people. That's the minimum thing, because there might be chances like if I request a connection request from a one guy only, that there might be chance it doesn't open LinkedIn in 1 or 2 days, and the job opening is closed. So you need to make a connection request for 10, I guess, the minimum thing I have used to do. So from 10, there are a chances that 100% chances every time that 1 or 2 people will connect you, and they will solve your query there. So this is the pattern how you need to apply for a referral. Just don't do that stuff like, hey, please give me, provide me referral, and you haven't mentioned anything like for which job ID and what you are. You haven't mentioned your resume, you haven't mentioned your portfolio. So please be very concise about what you are requesting, and what and please be very much clear that you need to add your portfolio or your resume with your connection request, so that he gets the debrief about you. Also, one more thing, before that, please update your LinkedIn also. Like if you have some recognition, please add into the recognition honor section. Please upload your certificates on your LinkedIn. Please try to connect as grow your connection network on LinkedIn as much as possible, because it shows that you are active, you want to grow, you are bothered about yourself, your future. So that's a positive sign, and people will listen to your queries. See, so DSA is very important. So like keep in you can set a target for a daily, like I'll do 5 questions. You can have a particular schedule, or you can have a timetable for each and everything what you're going to perform. So for DSA, what I used to do is I used to like keep 2 hours from my day for DSA only. I used to solve like 5 questions from medium to hard level. So okay, I'll solve this question basically, because this will help you to be in a sync with DSA. Because what happens is like if you are not doing DSA on a regular basis, there might be a time like you feel okay, I'm disconnected with DSA, and because the daily practice is required once the 30 days. So what I initially I was not able to sit for 30 days, like each day I was not able to sit, okay, I'll solve DSA each and every day. So please make a resolution that okay, I'll be participating in a 30-day challenge. Create your own challenge that okay, 30-day challenge I'm doing. I'll be doing DSA for 30 days straight. Each day I'll give 2 hours without any interference from any external source. I'll sit for 2 hours, I'll do DSA practice. If I don't know like how to solve it, I'll see the solution at the end. I'll try to uh, understand like how the question was solved, and I'll try to do it for continuous 30 days. So after 30 days your interest will develop automatically, and you will be sitting in the same habit. Basically the habit is generated after 30 days. That's the thing.